Hey, boys and girls, what's going down? Brothers and sisters, moms and dads, other esoteric people want to learn something new and chase around a different rainbow. Well, hi, I'm Rick Worth. I'm your man. I've been teaching people how to read the spirit of the Bible for some time. And, we've been working lately here on uh, the book of Moses and talking about the tabernacle, and I've summed up the whole part of that. I mean, we yada yada over a lot of things. I've done all that business with the Exodus. I've got that's earlier on in the works here, but it still showed that whenever Moses was asking for the 3 days off, go into the wilderness to take care of their business and connect to God, they told him no. Then he says yes. He says, okay, you go ahead, and then God hardens his heart, and so he's not allowed to be free. And you just see that God is tantalizing this outside. So this is the works. Again, we're talking about this. And so you know, I started working into the next book in line is Leviticus, and it just comes right in. It's just like the book didn't end. It's now Moses is now at the front of the gate of the tabernacle. This is how you know he's never really gone into it. That his brother, is the only one that can go in. And they can't come out. If he come, the way the story goes is that he's told that once you go in, Aaron, you can't come out unless you die. But that's the idea. Is Moses is not allowed to go inside this because you can't go inside yourself. That's the outside. That's the burnt offering that you put in there, and all these peace offerings and wave offerings are all these things that happen on the inside. So I went into Leviticus and I'm just reading, and I said, I'm hearing the same old stuff, and it's talking about how to cleanse things. And lo and behold, I got to chapter 14. Now that's a lot of reading, and it was just boring. It really was boring. But 14 is a 5, so it's going to be talking about the body, or it's going to be talking about the person. They're going to, what's up with this? It's the brethren. It's all this business, but it is so cool. I'm going to pull this down and pull that up. All right, so let's see. I just want to get this out as fast as I can because I know it takes a long time, but there's a whole lot of verses that's going on in this thing, and it's totally numbered. It's just totally numbered. But anyways, we're just going to start off with the beginning of it. It says, "And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, This shall be the law of the leper in the day of his cleansings. He shall be brought unto the priest." Oh, I'm cooking something. It's in there for a whole hour, so that's why I'm gonna get this done. Well, anyways, what this is, I'm gonna bring this all the way down to number 32. All right, if you're following me. All right, so 32. So this is the law of him. So all of that was up there. And there was always like the turtle doves and this and that, and such. And they're talking about if the leper has this, or if this is showing, and there's a bright spot, or if there's this, it's all these different things that they were looking at the skin. If the skin had a problem. So I want you to key in on that as the skin. So what do we get is number 32. So this is the law of him in whom is the plague of leprosy, whose hand is not able to get that which pertaineth to his cleansing. So, all right, did it ruin it for anybody the way I talk? It's for those people whose hands don't work, all right? And that can't come about into their cleansing and take this off of them. And that means they're just dirty, filthy people. No, it doesn't mean that. It's meaning it's the unclean person. It's what you know, how you know if you're an unclean person. And this is going to the point of, I want to read a few of these from 32. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, when ye become into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in a house of the land of your possession. Ha! Do you see? This is he's asked Moses to bring his people into a type of captivity where they still can't get out of themselves. They don't have, they don't have the ability. Their memories have been sliced. It's been gone. So you see that it's like this idea. Down here on 40, it says the priest shall command. See, if the priest shall command that the stone be removed, all right? I mean, if the plague is still going on, now these people have to be removed outside of the city to a place where that's where the unholy and the dirty or the unclean are kept. Remember later on when we run across the guy that calls himself, he's the naked guy, that unclean spirit that Jesus sort of tames. He's living out in the cemetery. This is the same place that they're talking about right here, because this is where all the, and in the stories, those are those creepy guys. They got skin ailments all over them, and they can't be healed. All right. So, and they all had to go on outside. So that's talking about mankind. All right. Yeah. That's what it is. It's the idea that those people that aren't able to take care and handle themselves through their hand. This is the whole idea. Remember, this is what God teaches. This is what God teaches Moses, is the whole idea behind the power in his hand. When he was asked, what is that in your hand? He says, that's a rod. And he says, throw that rod down on the ground. And it turned into a serpent. He couldn't see it. He couldn't watch it. But anyways, get a hold of it by the tail, and it turned back into a rod. And and if you don't like that one, it'd be the second one. Try this one where you have to poke inside you and pull out, and it looked dead, and and then he had to put it back in and change. He says, you have total control over this. And he says, well, what if they don't listen to me? What if they don't? Well, evidently, none of them listen to him. All right. So the priest shall come, behold the plague. No, this comes all the way down to the end. It says, this is the law. He shall, oh my goodness, but he shall let go the living bird out of the city into the open fields, and make an atonement for the house, and it shall be clean. This is the law of those. So the idea is they're just out of it. They are totally not in it. None of this is the way it works, and this is how we know what an unclean person is. So if you want to continue reading this, I'm going to go on with this, but I'm going to turn this off for now. But I'm just showing you how the Bible, our Bible, and this is right after Moses. We just found out that what Moses finds out towards the end of the book, you mean you're with me, but you're not with them, just no, but he's making his people go into the land of Canaan. In the land of Canaan, he set them up already. He says, this is where it has leprosy in the land. There's leprosy in that house. So he's let his people, this is what I meant by throwing them under the bus, but they're not. that outside people they're just not worthy. They're this idea that this outside mankind, that whole part of this business outside of you, your skin, is corrupt, and is looked upon as being dead, you know, and that's if you haven't learned how to heal yourself, you know. It's just really beautiful again how this is all working out. But I just wanted to show you again. Here, I open up the book and continue on. And all that other stuff is just boring. It seems like it repeats itself over and over again. And there may be a reason for that, so that we know that it's correct because it's following a code. And it has to repeat some things 3 times. It has to repeat some things 4 times. They have to repeat some things 5 times. Like I know the one about to take no thought. Take no thought about such and such and such and such. Take no thought about such and such and such and such. But it goes on for 5 in a row. And it's whenever you're shutting down the 5 senses, when you're going through this idea of killing the thoughts of the mind and entering into that idea of being a virgin mind, right? And then eventually finding nirvana. It's cool stuff, you guys. It's cool stuff. It really is. It really is. I can't say, look, I kind of live like a crazy man, and I'm just teaching people how to, do their thing, but there's no real what happens afterwards type of thing. We just make our own lives as we go, and we have this wonderful light that we can push out to other people, and we're told, that we can't hate no other bodies, anyone else, ever. And even the ones, these dead people that are running around all around us, we not even take pity. It's the charity that they talk about, and that it's, if there was something that they need, we're going to help them out. And if those people are willing to take an ear to what you have to say, then talk about it, But if they don't, then, don't. It's nothing that you want to push on people, if they don't want it, But, my fishing skills kind of cross that line a little bit because I try to agitate these dead people because you got to kind of wake them up, got to poke them, in order to, get their attention. So, anyways, again, here's more text telling us, and this is Leviticus. This is the law. All right, this is the law and the Levites. This is how you cleanse something. This is what you have to do to fix something. So, I'm sure that a little later on it's going to bring us into a brighter light. But right now, the land of Canaan, which is the right side of our left side of our brains, it's a land of milk and honey. But it's not the idea of, the right brain. It's not the right brain yet. They're all in some kind of, they're being taken from captivity into another type of captivity. And it says that right here in this Bible. So anyways, go read it and see if you cannot, if the way you've heard it in the past, now listen to it this time around and see that it's real. The leprosy people, the people that have problem with their skin, is because, and it said right in there on number, it gives 32. It tells you this is these people that are plagued with leprosy. All right. And what does that mean? It's for those people that cannot operate their hand to get the cleansing going on. And that's all we really do. We cleanse, heal ourselves, heal the skin, because, we go from being dead to being alive. That tells it. That tells it. This is some pretty cool shit, you guys. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'll chat with you soon. I promise.